Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome everyone in today's conversation. And as in the previous days, we were discussing about this qualities of a greater person, how a person becomes great. It's not just announcing yourself a greater person that a person becomes great. You can announce yourself the king of somewhere, the dictator of somewhere. You can establish a tyranny on everyone, impose a tyranny on everyone, but you are only a greater person when people recognize you, when people appreciate you as a greater person. And how does that greatness is achieved? The qualities of that greatness, the scripture transmit to us that how that greatness, how those qualities, divine qualities, could be achieved by a person, and what are those good qualities as well. And so here we were discussing in our previous conversations that what are the qualities of a great person, of a greater person, of an uplifted person, of an awakened person. And those all qualities, we could see all those qualities just assimilating in Sri Rama. This is what Sage Narada is discussing to Sage Valmiki. And in the previous class, I was talking to you about family. When we have this family feeling in ourselves that every person, every part of this world is our own member. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam is what the roar of Veda is. I mean, we should spread this feeling to every corner of this world, that every part of this world is our own family member. And what is the benefit of this feeling? It's not just feeling anyway. It's a truthful feeling. It's a feeling completely, which is completely submerged, which is completely surrounded by scientific expressions. I mean, this feeling is scientific. I mean, when you have some sort of good feeling towards anyone, then not only that person is benefited, you are benefited as well. Today, scientific experiments have proven that when we have this feeling, when we shower these feelings of empathy, sympathy, love, affection, care, and not hatred for anyone, then not only that person is affected, first of all, we help ourselves in the process, and we feel that we are showering these affectionate feelings towards anyone, and we are doing a favor for him. No, first of all, the one person, the one entity that is directly helped by our own activities is we. All the cells of our body process whatever we do. Everything that we do, every action that we create, every duty, every behavior that we possess and we generate in ourselves, that has directly affects our brain, our subconscious mind, and this entire body is majorly ruled by a subconscious expression of ours. Whenever there is difficult time in our lives, then not the conscious mind takes decisions. We entirely and solely take decisions in difficult times by the role of our subconscious mind. It's a scientifically proven fact. So how to nourish that subconscious mind, how to develop that subconscious state of our existence? These are the ways. Every day's works, every day's feelings, every moment's feelings assimilate to make a greater part of ourselves, to build a subconscious mind. And when your subconscious nature, when your subconscious entity, subconscious state is healthy, that means you are completely healthy as in mentality. You're mentally completely healthy. What does it mean to be mentally healthy? Your subconscious state is completely full of purity. Your subconscious mind, your subconscious expression, existence is completely surrounded, cladded and submerged, absorbed, and it has absorbed all those kind of good feelings that uplifts not only you but the entire world. The Vedas say, this Vedas express this knowledge of well-being. Good people, it is just mere devotional thing. It's not just mere dedicational thing. No, it is a pure science which helps every part of our body. And when this expression, this feeling, family feeling, is expanded through us, first this community, then country, then this entire world, and we help everyone, then we ourselves understand that the one person that is greatly affected by it is we. Whatever we do, the first person that gets the benefit, repercussion of that act is you. Whatever you throw, whatever you hurl, whatever you pelt in this nature. So this was the knowledge that we expand this feeling, this brotherhood, feeling of harmony, feeling of coexistence throughout the world, that no one ever gets any way harmed by us. And what we see today, a person never fails to gain position and prestige. Whatever work he might be required to do, he does it without without thinking twice about what would be the consequences of his work. To gain position, to gain prestige, to gain money, to gain prosperity. A person today, we see a person does anything. Majority of the people would get ready to do anything if there is a lot of money involved in that act. Getting a lot of money is involved in the act. But here we see, Rama, the four brothers, Sri Rama, Bharata, Lakshmana, Shatrugna, they are handed over kingdoms, and it's not a impoverished kingdom, it's a completely established, classified kingdom of Ayodhya. First, Rama was offered the kingdom, and by the order of his father, Dasharatha, he was set to live in exile for 14 years. And so when the people of the kingdom, the other members of the family, said him to take the kingdom, to be the monarch of the kingdom, he refuses it. He says that it's my father's order and I cannot evade my father's orders. He has given me the order that I would have to spend 14 years of my life in exile, and that's all. My father's words are dharma, and I'd follow that. So he rejects the kingdom. If any other person that have been there in his place, could you feel that he would not have ascended the kingdom? It's very hard to think about. It's very hard to feel that what other person would have done in that position. But he chose the path of Dharma. And then we see Bharata was asked to take over the kingdom, because if there is no king in the kingdom, no king in the empire, anarchy will start pervading. And then Bharata says, no, it's not a way, it's not the thing to do. My elder brother should be the king of the kingdom, and so I cannot take it. And then Lakshmana was said, then Shatrugna was said, for all of them refused to take the kingdom, to be the kings of the kingdom, to be the supreme power of the kingdom. Why? And we see this kingdom is like a football. Everyone is just kicking it away. And today what we see, a person for mere money, for a little amount of money, gets involved in doing every type of sinful works that could make him happy for some time, for some short period of time. And here, all the four brothers are just pelting away the kingdom, just for the sake of the relations, just for protecting their relations. They are never watching at resources. They are watching their relations. And here we get this teaching, this knowledge that we should never see resources over relations. We should never promote resources, if these resources are deflating our relations, if these resources are rotting our relations. And this is the knowledge that the scripture gives us, that relation is the main thing. Resources can be gotten over a period of time, but once a relation is broken, it's very hard. It's so hard to build it again. And even though it is built, there would be not in that relation. It would never be the same relation as it was before. So the first responsibility of ours is to maintain our relations. And what relations? Relations of brotherhood, relations of coexistence, relations of humanity throughout the world, not only in family, throughout the world. And that's how this world could be made a better place. Today we see and we hear everyone saying that we would create a better world in here. And what is the way? What is the process? What is the way to do it? This is the way to do it. Expand your brotherly relations, expand the relations of humanity throughout the world, not only to some 4 or 5 people. Expand it throughout the world, and then you'd see this anyway, and this world would become a better place within moments. People ask, how many days would it require for the world to become a better place? How many days would it require for the world to become a healthy place? How many days would it require for the world to become a peaceful place? And the answer is 1 moment. The moment every person in this world starts and takes the oath that I expand my feelings of harmony, my feelings of love, my feelings of peace, my feelings of carefulness, taking care of everyone, my feeling of service for the community, the world would become a better place. Not the better place, the best place. So it takes moments to do any great work. And when that work happens collectively, in a mass, that shows a great change in nature, that casts a great change in the environment, as we could see in our history. Every great work was done collectively. Collectivity has a great power, and when we run our entire system, entire community, entire work together, being together, that work becomes a great powerful work, and it influences everyone. Because when the majority of the people would follow the rules and regulations that are in alliance, that are parallel to the rules of nature, to the rules of mankind, then there would be no sort of crimes in this environment, in this community. And that's what this scripture is saying us, that resources are not the utmost thing in our lives. Our life should be dedicated to our relations, and our relation should spread everywhere. And we could see it this way, we could feel it this way, that when 4 or 5 members of a family are in a peaceful situation, all the brothers, father, mother, daughter-in-laws, daughters, everyone is in a state of equilibrium. I mean, they feel each other, they care for each other, then no outsider would ever gain the power to finger point any one member of the family. If he dares to finger point any one member of the family, he'd get beating, he'd get hands over his finger pointing. But if these members of the family break up, start living in themselves, and start criticizing other members of the family, then every other outsider, every other person would start deflating them, would start just criticizing them. And this is how a family disintegrates. So what is the lesson? What is the teaching? That collectivity is the great power. We do every work collectively. We expand this feeling of collectivity everywhere. And when we do so, we are no longer alone. Being alone is a great curse. There comes a story where Yudhishthira was asked by someone, well, who is the one person who is tell me any one person who is most powerless person. And then Yudhishthira says, the person who doesn't have friends, who doesn't have anyone to look after him, who has not expanded his feeling of brotherhood in community, is the most powerless person, because he cannot get anyone when in need, because he has never expanded his feelings. He's never looked after anyone, and so when he requires anyone to look after him, he'd never get anyone to help him, to dedicate his time for him, to look after his works, to help him with his works. So that person is the most powerless person. That's why Sri Rama is said, Rakshita Swasya Dharmasya. Rakshita Swasya. For it's been said that Sri Rama is the protector of himself. And it seems very scientific that if we are well protected in ourselves, then only we would be able to gain the power to protect others. If we are sick, we cannot serve. If we are sick in ourselves, we cannot serve, we cannot attribute our service in this, we cannot offer our service in this community. So first protect yourselves, and then this nature is protected. Then this nature is served. Then you expand your service in this nature. And that's how Sri Rama is said that he is the protector of himself. And the next line, it says, Swajana Sacharakshita. In some way or other, we all are the king of something. Okay, so Sri Rama is the king of Ayodhya, and he protects everyone who lives in there. And it doesn't only mean that we have to be kings of some kingdoms to protect anyone. In one way or other, we all are the kings of something. And if nothing is with us, at least we are the kings of our own body. These eyes, these ears, this mouth, this entire system, we are the king of our own bodies. Any person might be the king of his family, so he should take care of his family. Anyone might be the king of his institution, so he should take care of every members that live in that institution. And if nothing is there, you are the king of yourselves, your own system, your own body. And taking care of this body, never getting into bad works, evil works, is what it means to be the king of your body. You are the soul, not this body, and all this entire system is just to help you to understand your purpose. And when you indulge this entire system in bad works, evil works, sinful works, then you are not the king. You are just run by the materialistic forces of nature. And if you truly were the king of your body, you'd never allow any part of your body to indulge ever, anyway, to indulge in any bad work, any sinful work, in any crime. So this is what is the meaning. This is the meaning of being the king of yourself. So every person is the king in here. You just need to understand. And when you start understanding this fact that I am the soul and this body is within me, I mean, this body is a medium. This body is a vehicle. And I'd have to run this body the way I was needed to run it. Not run it on anyone other's feelings, anyone's other's intentions. I'd have to run it on my own way. And I'd have to run it efficiently the way it is required to run. And then when you understand it this way, then you'd never get indulged in any bad kind of activities that we see happening in this community, in this society. So we all are the kings of ourselves. And if we are not so, if we're not believing ourselves, what happens? We ourselves have defeated us. Not anyone else would come to defeat us. It's been said in our scriptures, what Ashtachakra Navadvara, Devanam Pura Ayodhya. This body is the kingdom of gods. And Ayodhya, it is indomitable. It is invincible, impregnable. It cannot be conquered by any sinful force. But we see today in environment, many people, majority of people, we'd see anyway, they are indulged in sinful works, in bad works, in evil works. No one ever lives a chance to gain any sort of thing. Doesn't matter whether it is gained through good work or bad work. This is not the ideology of being the kings of yourself. You have defeated yourselves. You have defeated your entire system. You didn't protect your feelings, so anyone comes up and just fills you with hatred. You didn't protect your feelings of love. You didn't protect your feelings of emotion, empathy. And so anyone comes up, hurls some rough words against you, and feels hatred in you. We didn't protect the feeling of truth in us. So anyone comes up, coaxes us, and tilts our entire system and makes us speak untruthful words by giving some enticements, by alluring us towards any sort of substance. We didn't protect our feelings of voice, so anyone comes up, just says anything, and we start hurling bad words, abusive words towards him. We didn't protect our feeling of discretion, so anyone just rolls up and says that this eggs, this cigarette, this marijuana, this everything is good thing. Just take it. And we didn't protect our own discretion, so we got defeated by that person, by the knowledge of that person, bad knowledge of that person. So this is how we are defeated every day, in some way. So what is the knowledge, what is the ideology of remaining undefeated? That you protect yourself from all sides. That no person, no enticement, no sort of coaxing ever defeats you. This is the truest meaning of this word, rakshita swasya. That you are never defeated by anyone, any sort of bad force. And Sri Rama is a live example in front of us. So, and in the next line, what Sage is saying, that we should be understanding this knowledge, we should be understanding this entire scripture in such a way that we align our lives in that way. We become that person that understands, that accepts, that absorbs all these feelings of all these qualities that we see in Sri Rama. So today we studied these things, that how could we remain undefeated by any sort of bad force that roll up every day in front of us. And these are the ways that we remain a discreet person. We expand our feelings of goodness so much that every bad thing gets incinerated in that, not affects us, gets pulverized by the power of our goodness. And this is the utmost work. This is the main purpose of a human life, of our lives. That's why we are human in here. And this is the humanity, that you protect yourselves and then expand this feeling to protect everyone in this nature. And this is how we'd be able to serve this nature and bring a heaven, create a heaven in this entire environment that we see around us, that helps us every day. So we take this teaching from the scripture and protect and raise our lives and the lives of many, many people around us. This is our duty. Thank you. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.